Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We are here. We are live. A little late. I do apologize. Welcome. Glad to have everybody here. Freezing my ass off. Under the weather. But hey, we're alive. We're here. We've been in worse situations and went live. Good morning, everybody. Gonna have to bear with me as I blow my nose, sneeze, cough, hack. But we're gonna break down some games and hopefully put some money in everybody's pocket on this beautiful Saturday. Good morning, Anthony, Shapendi, Matt, Matthew, Mark. Good morning. David from the Hall of Fame City. Good morning. Christopher Bayer, Big John in the house. Says for the early birds, his top picks are Wake Forest laying 4.5 and UAB -3. Says Bankham, never has KC. Good morning. Joe, good morning. App State, baby, game of the year winner. Cha-ching. Jeff, good morning. Jeff tuning in from the Westgate in beautiful Las Vegas via Canada. Glad to have you in my hometown. I wish I was there with you, believe it or not. Oh, I wish I was feeling a little bit better. Nobody wants to be around me at the current moment. That's for sure. Good morning, William, tuning in via text. Andre, good morning. Brian and Indy, what's going on, sir? Good morning. Mr. Blevins, what's up? Good morning. What's up is it's cold. Storm's blowing out, and it's cold. But you know what? I'm having fun. Little one's having fun. We're going to go back to that Arizona one more time today. Going to muscle through that one. And I don't know if you guys have ever been there up in Williams, Arizona. It's like a drive-through wildlife park, man. And they got bison and mountain goat and Arctic wolves and some other type of wolves and a jaguar, a leopard. Obviously, the leopard and the jaguar you can't drive through. But you get to drive through right past the Arctic wolves and the bears. They got big brown bears, black bear, and you literally. I'm gonna take some pictures today. I'll post them on my Twitter. But you literally a bear right next to your tire. And you know that old saying, when a bear shits in the woods, right? Well, I got a picture of a bear shitting in the woods. All right, let's see. Jared Ruby, App State. Game of the year was on Appalachian State laying. We put it out a little early, and because we wanted people to take advantage of it. And we put it out. It was at 12.5. Vegas tried playing a trick on everybody, doing a reverse line movement. We had a lot of clients. I don't know if we broke records as far as sales go. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that. But I know we had a lot more than normal on it. Obviously, game of the year. We had a lot on it early. Myself, I bet it before I left town. So the line started moving in the opposite direction of where the money was coming. And Vegas will do that. There's no requirement for Vegas to move the money or move the line based on where the money comes. Vegas can move the line wherever they want to try and fool you or me. And that's what they were doing. They were dropping that line, yet you guys kept betting. App State. And normally that line would go up. And it didn't. It kept dropping. I think it ended up closing at 11 or 11.5. People kept asking, is it still safe? Is it still safe? Absolutely. Just Vegas playing tricks on everybody. So we hammered home a 48-13 victory, exactly like it was supposed to. Benny Good morning, sir. I need to text you. I did see a note, and I completely forgot. Please forgive me. I'm going to actually text you right now while we're live. That way I don't forget. And that way you can bet my personal plays because you, sir, are on the 2-year package. Congratulations and thank you. Yeah, Jared Ruby, yeah, the Action Network would say that because they didn't have a clue. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, Benny, I just texted you my games. D-Rob, did you see the Marquette final as well as the Louisville? Do you have any college hoop plays today? I might have college hoops and NBA a little bit later, but as of right now, just college football to start. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Fresh Bar, Tony, Will. Damn straight we hit our game of the year. Must be nice. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When you deliver a game of the year, quality play, and you advertise it as game of the year, that sucker better hit. Plain and simple. Now, I get bad beats. I understand bad beats. Bad beats happen. It doesn't matter if you're on the golf course. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Bad beats happen. And those are things that you and I can't control. But it's obvious when you lose and you were on the right side, there was nothing you could do about it. That wasn't the case for us. We were on the correct side, and we blew them out. So you put out a game of the year, the thing better damn hit. So congratulations, everybody. Don't worry, the next game of the year, if you missed it, the next game of the year, you can get next year. Absolutely, Tony. I do agree. A game of the year should be exactly how it played out. That's the type of a game that a game of the year should be. And even if you were to lose it, as long as obviously there's no exception to losing it. But I mean, when you're on the wrong side completely and you advertise it as a game of the year, then you're just a clown. You're just an asshat, But bad beats happen. Bad beats happen. Anybody, you, me, everybody. So. But yeah, Tony, you better go take a look at our Black Friday sales. Absolutely smoking deal. I know you like bargains. I know you like bargain shopping. And it doesn't get any better than our Black Friday deals. You better go check it out. You can go get 2 years of premium plays, 2 years of my personal plays, 2 years of our big guaranteed Saturday plays, 2 years of my game of the weeks for $5K on sale. Ends up being $48 a week. Something ridiculously stupid. Jeff Ferguson, the game of the year was not televised at the Westgate. A hidden gem lighting up the big ticker. Absolutely. Tony, Cadillac taste and a Kia budget. It's more like a Maserati taste and a Pinto budget. That's why we got Black Friday on sale for you, my brother, as well as everybody else that wants to finally jump on board long-term, start saving money and making money. And when you jump on that package, you'll get guaranteed Saturday today. Brad, good morning. Mr. Brackens, good morning. Mr. Bracken says, Michigan will win today. Go blue. Let's go. Ohio State definitely in a look-ahead situation. No doubt about that one. But yeah, Benny, Adam, Steve, Joseph. Thank you guys for jumping on board. I see you guys jumped on board that the 2 years special. You guys get 2 years in my personal place as well. Yeah, guys, if you appreciate all the hard work, make sure you guys give a big thumbs up in the video as well. Raymond, you're going to send me a Michigan hat? You send me a Michigan hat, I'll wear it. I don't know, though. Actually, I don't know if I could say that. I mean, my Trojans are done until the bowl game. My Trojans are done. So, did you guys see? I posted it on Twitter. I don't know how much. Well, it actually made the front page of ESPN if you guys did not see it. But the Arizona Cardinals' Josh Shaw, former USC Trojan, suspended for at least the rest of the 2020, or at least through at least the 2020 season. So he's suspended at least this year and next year for betting on NFL games. A 5-year veteran. Brad, if they don't fire Clay Helton, I'll probably wear it. Absolutely insane. And I take it back. It's not insane because I'm not going to name who, but we have 2 former Cardinals and a Patriot player that are all clients of ours. And Michael, still only your favorite or your second favorite Josh Shaw story. So they bet. I mean, as soon as they get done playing, they bet. I'm sure they all, not all, but I'm sure most of them bet. At least other sports, if not the NFL. It wouldn't surprise me. I've heard some stories from a couple of the clients that I've hung out with that are former NFL players. The ones that are our clients are obviously former NFL players, but I'm not about to name names. I know one of them's actually watching in here. But yeah, absolutely crazy that he got caught in the first place. I'd like to see how he ended up getting busted. I mean, he was on a 1-year contract for $850K. He's made some money in his career. Couple million, 3-4 million. This is a kid that was drafted to Cincinnati out of USC. Played for the Chiefs, Tampa Bay last season, and then Arizona this year. Yeah, Michael, you're probably your favorite story is the high ankle sprain story when he says he jumped out of the second-story building. Absolutely, Andre. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, Michael, that was a good story. But back to what Andre says, it says everybody could use extra income, so not surprised. When you're in the league, you got to have your friends or close ones make the bets. No doubt about it. They're betting. And the smart ones are having really tight friends or family take care of those wagers for them. No doubt about it. You see it even at the college level. You see it this weekend. Obviously, I'm not in town, but Jeff, if I know you're in town, if you would have headed over to Mandalay Bay, a lot of those kids, or MGM Grand, or the South Point Casino, a lot of those, and a lot of them stay at Mandalay. A lot of them stay at Mandalay Bay and the Mirage. But if you head over to the casino when the basketball games are in town, like this weekend, Las Vegas Invitational, but if you come back for March Madness and all the tournaments, the Pac-12 tournament, the Mountain West tournament, and all the other ones that'll be in town, those kids get off their bus. You know, they go to the stadium on bus. They come back to the hotel on bus. They get off the hotel or get off the bus. They walk in the lobby. They meet their parents. They say hello, and literally you can watch the fathers. It's so easy because the players are obviously wearing their jumpsuits, but you can literally, that and they're, near 7 feet tall. That, you literally watch one of the parents leave the kid and walk straight to the sports book and either cash a ticket or make another wager. Shadow says, I know we're in the gambling business and nothing is guaranteed, but if Kyle ever offers a game of the year, get it. It's a guaranteed winner. Yeah, hopefully we'll have an NFL one in the coming weeks for you guys as well to take advantage of. Marquise, Kyle, you said in your daily free play video, it's out of one of your packages. The free play, yeah. Free plays are always out of one of our packages. Could be a consensus play package, premium play package, personal play package, NHL package. Our plays are always out of our packages. Michael, any thoughts on Alabama and Auburn? Yeah, I'm going to actually break down that game here in just a minute. Oh, Tom, yes, we do have some Game of the Year tickets to show off. Jay Dizzle sent me one. Hold on, let's let me see what I can do here. Jay Dizzle sent one. Tom sent one. Benny sent us in one via email. Let me grab that one, and we'll show off some client wagers. Cashing in big yesterday on the Game of the Year. All right, logging into the email. I actually forgot about the tickets, believe it or not. Alrighty, let's see here. Open up Benny's winning ticket. There we go. Alrighty, folks. Alrighty, let me load the tickets into the system. That way we could show them off one by one. There's little dizzers. This should be Tom's. Oop, 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 oop. All right, guys. Sorry, I should have been a little more prepared. I actually forgot we were doing this. That's how tired I am. All right, little dizzers coming across the screen here in just a second. Client hour right there for you. Cashing a nice ticket. Congrats, buddy. $9.25 for a $15.35 payout. Also hit him first half for a little 25 spot as well. Congrats. Up next, Mr. Tom Weiner. Here we go, folks. Oh, I got to take down that, there we go. App State bought it down. Cashing out 603 and change. Congratulations, Tom. And last but not least, the Ben Dog, our new 2-year client. Sign up for the 2-year package, Benny. Hammer and home App State. Took it down to 10. Cashing 1,000. Congrats, Benny. As well as congrats everybody that hammered home our game of the year yesterday. Was definitely a good time. Congratulations to all of you guys as well. Always a good time, and it's always great to see when you guys are cashing. So when you guys post a ticket, make sure you guys tag me on Twitter at CapNationKyle, as well as put in that hashtag CapNation. That way your tweets will pop up. Alrighty, let's see here. I'm going to move right into football, guys. We're going to start doing some football breakdowns for you. Alrighty, let's jump right into it. I need to just pop up my live odds for you guys. Give me a second here. This little... The older MacBook is not as fast as the MacBook Pro, so bear with me. Some big games today. Auburn and Alabama squaring off. They're in Auburn. That's a big game for everybody. Ohio State. Michigan. Mr. Miles, I see you just jumped on board for a month of my personal plays. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for jumping on board. Glad to have you again. I mean, you were still on them, but thanks for jumping on board and renewing early. Always glad to have you, brother. All right, I know you guys got some requests. I know there's games that you guys want. I know it's a game like Texas State and Coastal Carolina. That's the game you guys want me to break down, right? The marquee matchup of the day, or Wake Forest and Syracuse, or Vandy and Tennessee. Can you guys believe Tennessee is bowl eligible? Wow, after winning 4 straight, beat Missouri, Kentucky, UAB, and South Carolina. Holy hell, can you believe that? Where's Daniel? Where's Daniel Martinez at? Congratulations. Your team is going to a bowl game. BC and Pitt. Yeah, you guys want me to break down Tulsa and ECU, right? No? All right, somebody post up what they want me to break down, and we'll break it down for you guys. But... I don't know. Which one do you want me to break down? Do you want me just to do... We'll just call it Power Hour and we'll just let me do it. Michael, you want the Maryland game? Give me a game number. As I need a game number. Don't worry, we're going to get to Bama. We're going to get to Bama and Auburn there, Robbie. That I promise you. Southern University and Grambling State, bingo. Marquee matchup of the day, hitting nail on the head. Brian, you want me to do Texas State and Coastal Carolina, huh? You're killing me. Don't worry, we'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. You have a parlay? I don't have any parlays. I don't have any parlays. I bet all my games straight up. That's why I could be successful long term. Pat, before at the very end, we'll do that one for you, okay? Pat, just remind me. We'll do a late night chaser special. Matter of fact, maybe I'll make the border down below where it says Black Friday sale, don't miss out. Maybe we'll make the breakdown. And it'll say, the late night chaser. The late night chaser breakdown. Pick John any games I pick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we might as well just do this one. Wisconsin, Minnesota. It's up on my screen. Nobody's giving me some good game numbers of any fun marquee matchups to do. So it's on the screen. So we'll do Wisconsin and Minnesota. There you go, Kong. Right there for you. Badgers and Gophers. See, and you asked for it correctly. You gave me a game number with it. But I already had it on my screen. Randy, good morning. Absolutely. Let's make some money today, the next day, the next day, and the next day. Do I have a hammer? Yeah, I've got quite a few hammers. I think the plays that I'm putting out today were a hammer too. I think the altitude got to me in my game picking yesterday. I think the altitude got me yesterday. We're going to blame it on the altitude. Either that or I'm going to have to blame it on Tom Weiner being on the games. We'll see. We'll give him some opposite games today, and we'll see if we sweep the board. We'll see if we can blame something on old Tommy boy. If you guys need somebody to blame for my bad day yesterday, I'll blame Tom Weiner, not me. Just kidding, Tom. Just kidding. All right. All right. Yeah, it was an upside down broom there, Fast Freddy. Tom took it from us. If we have to blame somebody, we're going to blame Tom for the brooms not coming out yesterday. You guys know that, right? You can all blame Tom. It's all Tom's fault. All right. Here we go. Without further ado, game 371 and 372. I don't know if you guys are ready, but I sure am. Wisconsin, Minnesota. Wisconsin opened up as a 4-point favorite. The line is now down to 3. Total on this game opened up at 48.5. It is now down to 44.5 points. Total dropping like it's hot. Total down 5 points from where it opened. Big game today. All right, guys. Wisconsin 9-2 straight up, 6-5 against the spread, 5-6 on the over, going up against a 10-1 one-loss Minnesota team. 6-3-2 against the spread, and 7-4 on the over. These two teams play every single year. The under has hit the last two. However, the over has hit 3 out of the last 5. However, those were in 14, 15, and 2016. All right. Minnesota coming back off of a win over Northwestern, who they beat 38-22 after losing a close game to Iowa, who upset them 23-19. They'll be going up against a Wisconsin team who's riding a 3-game win streak. Started out the year fantastic. Wisconsin ended up winning their first 6 games against South Florida, Central Michigan, who they upset, Northwestern, Kent State. They beat Michigan State. Not only did they beat Michigan State, but they beat them 38-0, just like they beat Kent State 48-0 as well. I got that frozen screen getting fixed right now. Let me punch it real quick. But then after Michigan State, they had Illinois, and the downward cycle happened. They lost 2 games straight to Illinois and then Ohio State, who beat them 38-7. Then they came back, bounced back with a 2-point victory over Iowa, beat Nebraska 37-21, and then got rid of Purdue last weekend 45-24. And here they are against a one-loss Minnesota team who's riding their only loss against Iowa, where they lost by 4, which was a team that Wisconsin was able to beat by 2 in that contest, where they beat them 24-22. Now you're going to find out road teams are 4-2 straight up and 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 games. Wisconsin 98-67-1 on the over when playing the Big Ten. Wisconsin 1-5-1 against the spread on the road after playing Purdue, as well as Minnesota is 7-0 against the spread against decent scoring teams, averaging 30 points a game or more. All right, so some big stats, some big trends right there for you guys. Ryan, good morning. It shouldn't be frozen anymore. It should be unfrozen for you guys now. Let me double check on this other computer. Yeah, it's unfrozen over here. Let's take a look at the numbers. Wisconsin averaging 35.5 points a game, averaging 250 yards on the ground and pound game. This team is going to run. They're going to run, and they're going to run just like Minnesota's going to do. They're going to run the ball. However, Wisconsin, much bigger running team, averaging 250 yards a game at 5.5 yards a carry. When they do throw the ball in the air, they're averaging 8.1 yards per passing attempt, averaging 191 yards in the air. But wait till you hear the Wisconsin number on that one, all right? They'll be going up against a Minnesota defense that's been stifling teams, holding them to just 21 points a game. However, there are certain teams that put up some decent numbers on them. Fresno State put up 35. South Dakota State put up 21. Georgia Southern put up 32. Hell, Purdue put up 31. All right? Nebraska and Rutgers each were held to 7. Maryland, which was held to 10, which are generally low-scoring teams in the first place. Penn State put up 26 in their loss to them, and then Northwestern put up 22. So teams should have an opportunity to put some points up against that Minnesota defense. However, they have been fairly decent defending the run. They hold teams to 124 yards rushing as well as 3.7 yards per carry. So they're going to have a tall task ahead of them rushing against Wisconsin. They're also holding teams to 176 yards passing, which is a great number at 6.3 yards per passing attempt. And they're +5 on the turnovers. Minnesota +5 on the turnovers. Wisconsin +1. So there is a slight bit of a difference there, but not a major one. Fast Freddy, your Capper's live computer screen was a white line doing a clockwise circle running around. Definitely think it's going to be a good game. Now, Minnesota, on the other hand, when they're on offense, they average 35.9 points per game. They average 185 on the ground at 4.2 yards per carry. They average 247 in the air. Guys, this is a team that runs the ball on average 44 times, as well as passing the ball just 23 times. However, their 23 passing attempts, they're averaging completing 16 for 247 yards. On average, guys, they average 10.6 yards per passing attempt. All right, that's their average passing play. All right. They'll be going up against a Wisconsin defense that's been very, very, very stingy, holding teams to just 14.4 points per game. They're also holding teams to just 98 yards a game, rushing the ball at 3.4 yards per carry. I have no idea what you see, Fast Freddy. Just hit the refresh button. Just hit that little circle at the top, the little refresh button. They're also holding teams to 170 passing yards a game at 5.8 yards per passing attempt. And like I said, +1 on the turnovers. As far as the side of this game, I'm going to go out on a limb. Now, as far as the total, I already have a play on the total. If you want it, you need to get on board, all right? It's one of the plays that we have. But as far as the side on this game, I will give out a lean. I think Minnesota comes to play. I think Wisconsin both come. I think they both come to play. Minnesota trying to get into their title game next week with a big win today. However, I think they're going to have a tall task ahead of them. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to that final possession. It could be decided by a kick. I don't think anybody gets blown out for that aspect. I'm going to take Wisconsin. I'm going to take their better running program, the better running defense as well. And I would take them on the money line. If I was going to do anything, I would take Wisconsin on the money line. I would lay, I believe they're what, $1.45 or $1.65 on the money line. Let me double check. Right there. 145 on the money line is what I would take. If I was going to do anything on this one, I would take Wisconsin on the money line. -145 on the money line. That's my lean. But I don't have a dollar on the side of this game. I've got a fairly good-sized wager on the total of this game that I actually bet earlier in the week. And my line's a little bit higher than what it is on a couple of games that I bet for today. But I don't think they matter at all. So there's that one. It's getting hot in here. I got the heater up. Whew. Whew. It's getting hot in here, folks. Either that or it's this hot tea that I'm drinking. All right. Breakdown number 1 done. Let's just go down the list. Let's see what we have for shits and giggles. No, we're not doing Rutgers and Penn State. That's a boring game. All right, let's give some Pac-12 love real quick. All right, we'll slip at some Pac-12 love, and then we'll get right back out and get to some more important games. This is kind of an important game for a Pac-12 team in Utah, game 378, 377. Colorado versus Utah. Utah 10-1, 8-3 against the spread, 3-8 on the overs. Big John, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do recommend taking money line. Sometimes I do. I have a money line. That's part of my personal plays today. We took one. We took a money line the other day, and it paid. It was. Although we took one yesterday and we got beat by it by some bad play calling at the very end. But yeah, we do. We'll take money line when it's beneficial to us. When there's value there, we'll take it. Fast Freddy, you're not old enough to have hot flashes. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. It's just hot in here. Hot. Randy G, don't worry. We will touch Alabama and Auburn here in a little bit. That I promise you, we will touch it. I may not give you an opinion on the side of that game because we've got to play on it, but I'm definitely going to break it down for you guys because I know that's what you guys want to see, and I like delivering what you guys like to see. Oh, do you mean play both sides? No, I don't play both sides of a game. No. Nope, I don't play both sides of the game. I don't want to have one loser and one winner. To me, that's pointless. I came to win. I came to win. Free plays are 7-4 this week, including 4-2 on our premium plays, given to you guys for free. And if you guys remember, one of them was like a guaranteed Saturday caliber of a play. So if you guys have never bet a guaranteed Saturday play, I gave you guys one on Monday. If you guys remember, Monday Night Football. And don't forget, guaranteed Saturday, I forgot to tell you guys, it is today. Obviously, it is today. It's normally $150, guaranteed to win, or you get a full refund, but they're doing something different for you guys today. They have it on sale for everybody that doesn't already have it. Now, if you already have it or you had it from last week, then all you got to do is just log into your account and get it, okay? But if you don't have it, you could actually pick it up on sale for $50. You have to sign up by 3:30 Eastern time, okay? 12:30 Pacific, 1:30 for the people in this state that don't change their time. Again, who doesn't follow daylight savings time? Weird. Got me all screwed up. Who that bought me either? I'm only on one side of the fence also. Nothing wrong with that. Nope, not at all, brother. But yeah, guaranteed Saturday, guys. You need to be signed up by 3:30 Eastern time. It's on sale. So if you've never tried it, here you go. If you were on our game of the year yesterday and you pounded the book, you want another monster win, here you go. Here you go. Big win coming up. And then don't forget, we're going to do it all again tomorrow. We keep winning these big Sunday plays, these big Sunday NFL plays that we guarantee. We keep winning them. We won last week, the week before that, and we're going to do it again tomorrow. Those two plays are already up on the website, guys, so you could actually get Sunday's play today, and it's ready to pound. It is absolutely ready to pound. I already bet it. I bet it before I left town, and then if I get in town, if we make it out of here tonight, which I don't think we're going to do, I don't think they're going to plow the campground until tomorrow, so probably won't make it out. But if I make it back into town before, I'll probably put more money on it as well. Lizong, do we get free picks today? Absolutely. You get free plays every day. But we're going to be breaking down games, giving you guys leans, and then we'll give you guys a free play. We always give a free play. And if you're looking for a free play right now, we already have a free play out there in college football in our daily free play video. When you guys are over there, do me a favor. Hit that big thumbs up button on that video. Also, drop us a comment over there, all right? Drop us a comment. Help get us our videos trending in the right direction. Whatever you got to do, all right? Go back and view it twice. Give it an extra view. Just teasing you. And while you're here watching this video, if you haven't already done so, hit that thumbs up button, folks. X out of that little live chat in the upper left-hand corner. Then hit that thumbs up button, the like button. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we do. Bring you guys free winning content 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Rain, shine, sick, healthy. Guys, I was in my hospital bed dying of septic poisoning and bringing you guys free plays. Here I am sick again on vacation. We're still taking time out of the early day to bring you guys the free plays. Who dat, Bob? It's cold. It's cold. I'm going to post another picture today once we get out. But when you're done with that, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit that subscribe button down below. All right? Hit that subscribe button. I'm telling you, hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified every single time we go live. Come join the Cappers Nation family, all right? Hit that subscribe button down below. Tap that little bell. That way you get instant notifications each and every single time we go live. And what that does is that tells you when we're live. That way you do not miss a beat. You know when we post a video. That way you're making money, all right? That way you are making money. So hit that subscribe button, and let's get back to business. Next breakdown coming up, Colorado and Utah. Little Pac-12 love. Utah trying to be the first ever one-loss Pac-12 team in the college football playoffs. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. Why? Because they're going to get 2-loss Oregon in the Pac-12 championship game. They're going to get 2-loss Oregon in the Pac-12 championship game, and it's no longer going to be 1-loss Pac-12 North versus 1-loss Pac-12 South. The winner probably getting a spot in the playoffs. Not going to happen anymore. Unfortunately for Utah, they just got screwed, especially if they could beat Oregon in the Pac-12 championship. Utah just got hosed by Oregon losing to Arizona State. So now let's dive into Colorado and Utah. Let's take a look at the odds in this game first. 377, 378. If you're looking for the game number, where did it go? Utah opened up as a huge 4-touchdown favorite, laying 28, guys. Big favorite here. It stayed at 28. There's one book that has them at 27.5, although the station's casino properties just bumped it to 28.5, believe it or not. Let's see. Total on the game opened up at 50.5. It's actually down to 49 right now. Absolutely, Alex. Thanks for joining us. Easy game of the year. That's how a game of the year is supposed to be. Game of the year is supposed to cash. Cash, 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 cash. Who dat, Bob? Kyle, you work so much you make me tired. I do work too much. All right. Back to this game. Back to a little Pac-12 love. Colorado 5-6 straight up, 6-5 against the spread, 4-6-1 on the over. Colorado, if they want to get into a bowl game, they want to be bowl eligible, they're going to have to do the almost nearly impossible. They're going to have to topple a 4-touchdown dog, all right? Or excuse me, a 4-touchdown favorite. Now, Andre, yeah, we could definitely do Notre Dame and Stanford. Colorado, that tall task. They want to become bowl eligible. They're going to have to beat Utah. So essentially, this is their bowl game, all right? Because they're not beating Utah today. Now, maybe they do. Maybe they shock the Pac-12 and upset Utah, which I would absolutely love. Trust me, I am, even though smart, realistic sense tells you, Utah's going to win outright, I am rooting for Colorado. Why? Because if Utah loses, they tie with USC in the Pac-12 South. USC has already beat them and has the tiebreaker. So obviously, let's go Colorado. All right? Might be a little personal vendetta in there. But remember, I don't have $1 on this game, just breaking it down for you guys. Utah, one-loss team, 10-1 straight up. 8-3 against the spread, 3-8 on the over. Their only loss on the year coming to my Trojans, who beat them 30-23, beating them by a touchdown. They've got wins over BYU, beating them 30-12. Northern Illinois beating them 35-17. They beat Idaho State 31-0. Then they ran into my Trojans, who they lost 30-23 to. They beat Washington State 38-13. They beat up Oregon State 52-7. They beat Arizona State 21-3. They beat Cal 35-0. They beat Washington, smashing them 33-28. They beat UCLA 49-3. And then they beat Arizona 35-7. So Utah has taken full advantage of everybody in the Pac-12 except my Trojans. Actually, sounds good to say that. One positive thing for the USC Trojans. Hopefully we'll have another and we'll fire old Coach Clay Helton. That needs to get done pronto. Utah 13-2 against the spread at home on a winning streak of 5 or more games. Colorado was just 7-27 against the spread on the road versus an opponent after a conference straight-up win. All right, and Utah's 13-4 on the under against inefficient offenses, averaging more than 15.3 yards per carry. Taking a look at the numbers, Colorado averaging 24.3 points per game. They're averaging 159 on the ground, 246 in the air at 7 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a stingy Pac-12 Utah Utes defense that gives up just 10.9 points per game. They're holding teams to, believe it or not, 56 yards rushing and 188 in the air. They're holding teams to under 250 yards of offense. All right, they're holding teams to under 250 on offense. They're also +9 on the turnovers. Now, when Utah's got the ball, averaging 34.7 points per game, run. They run nearly twice as many running plays as they do passing plays, which is absolutely crazy for a Pac-12 West Coast offense, averaging 215 yards on the ground, 246 in the air at 10.7 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a Colorado defense that's given up 30.6 points per game. They give up 149 on the ground, and they've gotten torched in the air. Giving up over 300 yards a game on average every single game, averaging 8.5 yards per passing attempt. They're also +4 on the turnovers. You guys have to bear with me. I got to blow my nose. So I'll hit the mute button so you guys don't hear me, but be right. All right, we're back. We're back. Now, for all intents and purposes, everything says Utah, 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 and Utah. Well, Colorado has played USC, who is the only team that beat Utah this year. They actually gave USC a run for their money in the Coliseum in LA. They lost 35-31. All right, they might have some losses on their record. Now, Washington State beat them by over 4 touchdowns. So did Oregon. They held tough against Arizona. They lost by 5. They beat Arizona State. They lost by a touchdown to running team of Air Force. Triple option threat. They beat Nebraska. They beat Colorado State. They beat Stanford. They beat Washington. Mark sanitizer. Yeah. No sanitizer needed. Head-to-head trend, underdogs are 1-7 straight up and 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 meetings. Between these two teams, obviously, I am personally rooting for Colorado to win outright. That way, my Trojans make it to the Pac-12 via tiebreaker. But it's not going to happen. All right, Utah wins. However, I don't think I think they have a tough time covering the spread. They're definitely if Utah has an opportunity, going to try and make a statement. Utah wants in the playoffs, and they need a win today. Then they need to beat Oregon in the Pac-12 championship game. All right, that's a gimme. But I don't think even if Utah wins, even if they blow out Colorado by 100, and then they blow out Oregon by 100, I don't think by them beating a 2-loss Oregon team in the Pac-12 championship is going to be enough to get Utah in a playoff spot. I really don't. You take a look at their schedule this year. To date, their biggest win, well, they got Washington, who was highly ranked at one time this season, and USC, who they lost to. Mark Summon. Alex says, who the hell in here has the nerve to give Kyle the show a thumbs down? Get the hell out of here. Thank you, Alex. I do appreciate that. Mark says, someone that didn't get a free play quick enough. Either that or some clowns watching. Yeah, Jonathan, Utah's strength of schedule is not as strong, no doubt about it. That's why they needed Oregon to be a 1-loss team that they beat up. They needed to beat Oregon's 1-loss program to have a chance. And to be quite frankly, I don't think Utah beats Oregon. I don't. So with this one, guys, lean Colorado plus the 28. Reginald, what's going on, sir? And yes, I'm rooting for Colorado to win the game outright. Go Colorado. Go beat the Utes. Make it a good day for me. My Trojans football is done until the bowl games, so make it a good year. Oh, man. All right, don't forget, guaranteed Saturday. Need to be signed up by 3:30 Eastern Time. Black Friday sales are ending soon, so you don't want to miss out. You could actually get a combo package, an entire year of only our guaranteed Saturday plays for $9.99. You can get a combo package, 1 year of our guaranteed Saturday plays, as well as 1 year of my game of the weeks for an incredibly low $14.99. Get them all for an entire year. All right, next we're going to do. Andre, remind me for the Notre Dame game. We're going to do we're going to get this one out of the way, the Alabama and Auburn, because that's next up on my screen. Alex, me too, man. I really do. I think it'll be a nice big win. Nice big win for us. just like the game of the year yesterday. I think either one could have been game of the year quality. And that's saying a lot. John says he hopes that this is the year for Michigan. Neverez, what's going on? Yep, you agree on the big game. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay. I don't know where my live chat went. Where did my live chat window go? Terrell Pryor, former NFL wide receiver, underwent surgery this morning, and he's in critical condition after being stabbed last night at his Pittsburgh apartment in the shoulder and chest, per a source. Get well soon, Mr. Terrell Pryor, and hopefully you pull through. All righty, let's see here. Crazy news, huh? That's actually breaking news, hearing it. Alrighty. Yeah, Andre, I was saying that the guaranteed Saturday play, that I absolutely love it, and I can see it being just right along the lines of, the same thing as the game of the year. I honestly think either one of them could have been a game of the year quality play. All right. Now, popping up the info for Alabama and Auburn. I think I'm going to have to blow my nose again. Now, my personal opinion, I don't think with Tua being out that it should affect Alabama's playoff hopes. It wasn't just the quarterback that got him to 10-1 on the year. It was an entire team effort and coaching effort. That's a fact. And one thing that you got to know, if you think Alabama only has one quarterback in their program that's capable to jump in and play, you're sadly mistaken. This is Alabama. Just like LSU, just like USC, just like Ohio State, just like Oklahoma, just like, well, every top recruiting school. They have some of the best 5-star recruits coming up that just haven't been seen yet. Mac Jones getting his feet wet last week. Went 10 of 12 for 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, with a 358.3 passer rating. Not bad. Not bad. Against Mississippi State, he went 7 of 11 for 94 yards. JD, good morning. Good morning. So don't let them fool you in thinking that Alabama doesn't have a quarterback. They may not have a quarterback with the experience of Tua. But you got to remember, there was a time when, Tua didn't have any experience either. Or when they had Jalen, and he didn't have any experience either, and he got thrown to the Wolves. It's about stepping up in big-time game situations. Yeah, Mac Jones is going up against an Auburn defense but he's also coached by some of the best coaching staffs in the country. So if you don't think Mac Jones is going to be prepared, he'll be prepared. He's been prepared. He's just been waiting for his chance. And now he's got it. So maybe comes out a little rocky at first, a little rusty, a little game rust, big game. He had a gimme game last week. You're really going to see what happens today. Maybe Alabama runs the ball a little more. They can do that. Make some easy passes. Give Mac Jones some confidence. You already know he can air the ball down the field. He completed 10 passes last week for 275. Actually, no, Andre, I'm talking about the everybody that's saying that Alabama shouldn't be in the playoffs without Tua. This is definitely going to be a close game. Mac Jones is going to have his hands full, but he'll be prepared. He'll be prepared. But now we can start talking about the game rather than talking about my opinion on if Alabama deserves to be in a playoff spot. My personal opinion, what's the playoffs without Alabama? I mean, it would be nice, but do they deserve a spot? My personal opinion, I do. I think they deserve a spot, especially if somebody else falters. If somebody else falters, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Never as Casey says, take the points. Do I think Auburn has an advantage at quarterback for the sole fact of experience? Yeah, for the sole fact of experience, yeah. Mac Jones getting thrown to the wolves. Bo Nix got plenty of experience. Big D-Mall in the house. You know, Auburn quarterback, I mean, definitely Auburn has an advantage at the quarterback position. But I'll tell you this, Alabama's got the advantage at the coaching position. We know that one. Skip, what's going on? All right, guys. Alabama 10-1, 6-5 against the spread. 6-5 on the over. Auburn 8-3 straight up, 8-3 against the spread. 3-7-1 on the over. D-Rob says can't trust that freshman. Honestly, don't think he's ready, and think Bama D steps up. I don't think any freshman's ever ready. And matter of fact, it doesn't matter if he's a freshman, sophomore, or junior. If it's your first big start, well, it's your first big start. And it doesn't matter if you're a freshman or a senior or a fifth-year senior who came back and rode the bench. If you're just now getting thrown to the wolves in a big game situation, a must-win situation, can't trust any one of them. But you got to remember, there's more players in that program than just one individual. Now, taking a look at the odds on this game, let's dive right into it. 397, 398, guys. Alabama opened up as a 3-point favorite. The line is actually up to 3.5. Total opened up at 49.5. It is now up a half a point to 50. When you're diving into these two teams, I mean, let's just take a look at just some prior history. They play every year, all right? They play every year. Alabama got the best of them last year, beating them 52-21. Auburn beat them not only in 2017, but they also beat them in, they beat them in 2017, then they lost to them in 2016. They beat them 2 years ago, 26-14 in Auburn. All right, guys, hold on one second. Let me send this screenshot real quick. This is definitely a must-win situation for Alabama if they want to even have a chance to make the playoffs. Alabama 4-11 against the spread after a game with a turnover margin of +3 or better. Theory of the guy, what's going on? Stevie Steves, what's going on? Auburn 24-9-2 against the spread at home against big play passing teams averaging more than 8.3 yards per attempt. All right, and Auburn 19-3-1 on the under against dominant teams, outscoring opponents by more than 15 points a game. All right, the game did go over last year, did go over last year. However, the total was 53. Alabama put up 52 all by themselves. All right, it was 52-21 final last year. I don't think we're going to have the same thing this year. Magnificent Boy 1, what's going on? Jerry Valdez, what's going on? Thank you guys for joining us. Hold on. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. When you're diving into these two teams, let's start taking a look, all right? You got 3-loss Auburn. Who did they lose to? They lost to Georgia. Lost by a touchdown, 21-14. We were actually on Georgia. They lost to LSU, 23-20. Lost by a field goal. They also lost to Florida, 24-13. Close game there. Well, 9 points. Not that close. They're riding 4 straight unders. They've actually gone under the total 5 out of their last 6 games. When you take a look at Alabama, 1-loss Alabama. They have lost to LSU and LSU only. They lost 46-41, a game that we were actually on LSU plus the points and on the money line and the over. And I even said we'd probably have 43 first half points, and I think there was 40. So we've actually timed betting on and against both of these two teams perfectly all year long. All right, we've made a ton of money betting on both teams and against both teams. Alabama coming off a win, coming off 2 straight wins. Western Carolina beating them 66-3 in a gimme game. How they were able to put in a gimme game, a tune-up game in their schedule right before meeting Auburn, which is basically a chance to rest certain players and give some players some rest time and development time, which actually worked out fantastic for Alabama, having to get Mac Jones into game playing condition. Before that, they had Mississippi State. They beat them 38-7. Before that was when they lost to LSU 46-41. Before that, they were able to get rid of Arkansas 48-7. They beat Tennessee 35-13, which surprising. Tennessee's going to a bowl game this year. They beat up Texas A&M 47-28. They also beat up Mississippi 59-31. They did not cover the spread in that game. They beat up Southern Miss. They were laying 37. They won by 42. We actually won money on them on that game. They beat South Carolina. They beat New Mexico State. And they beat Duke to start the year 42-3. Both of these two teams, I mean, this is going to be a great game. It's one of the reasons why it's going to be one of the marquee matchups of the day, folks. If you guys want one big game to watch, here you go. Be televised on CBS Sports. We do have a play on the side of this game, but as far as the total goes, I know the history between these two teams trends the under, the under, the under, the under, the under, the under, the under. But you got to remember, a lot of their unders are all when you're seeing totals in the high 50s, low 60s. Skip S, whenever you're ready, brother, just jump on board. You take a look at Auburn's last 4 games that all went under. They had a total of 64. The 42.5 against Georgia was the only exception of a high total. Then they had a total of 55 against Mississippi and 59 against LSU. Matt, absolutely. LSU and Alabama was supposed to be under as well. But you got to remember, that's my theory, when you have 2 strong offenses, prolific offenses, as well as 2 prolific defenses, one of them's going to break. I don't know if it's safe to say with Mac Jones, quarterback in Alabama, that you have a prolific offense just yet in Alabama. Now give this kid some playing time. Maybe, 3-4 games into it next season, he starts lighting the world on fire, and you could start saying that Alabama is still Alabama with Mac Jones at the helm. But until we could actually really see more than 30 reps, out of Mac Jones, we're just not going to know. Is the kid great? Yeah, 5-star recruit, no doubt about it. He's going to more than likely be a great quarterback. He's at Alabama. He got recruited by Alabama, and he went to Alabama for a reason. I'm making what time is game of the week. Well, it's guaranteed Saturday today, and you need to sign up by 3:30 Eastern time. You need to sign up by 3:30 Eastern time. Good morning, Drew, to the crew. Let's take a look at both teams. Let's start with Alabama. So far this entire season, they're averaging 48.5 points a game on offense. They average 169 rushing yards on 33 carries at 5 yards a carry. They average 344 in the air on 31 passing attempts. I think that number is going to be different today. They only had Mac Jones make 12 passing attempts last week. He completed 10 of them for 275 yards. All right. They average 11.11 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a very, very, very stout Auburn defense. Both of these 2 teams are very similar on defense, except in the turnover department, and we're going to go over that. All right? Take a look at the Auburn defense. They average 16.2 points per game, which identically is the exact same points per game average that Alabama gives up. All right? They give up 110 rushing yards at 3.3 yards per carry. They also give up only 197 in the air at 5.6 yards per passing attempt. Now, they're +5 on the turnovers. Auburn is +5 on the turnovers. Fantastic number. Alabama, +17. +17 on the turnovers. Now, Auburn on offense. They average 32.7 points per game. Tate, what's going on, buddy? Says, who dat, smash him, pound him, and make some easy money. Kyle, the best capper in the business. Always a pleasure to have you. I know you're on board for my personal plays. You bought the March Madness package special. Thank you. Absolutely, Penny. Going to be a nice, big, strong day for everybody today. Both premium play and personal play. Everybody knows we own Saturdays. It's all starting today. Back to Auburn, guys. They average 32.7 points a game. 214 on the ground. Run the ball. They average 45 rushing plays a game and 31 passing plays. Very high-paced, fast offense, trying to control the tempo and keep other offenses off the field. They average 213 yards in the air, 6.9 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a stingy Alabama Crimson Tide defense that gives up an identical number to Auburn at 16.2 points per game. They give up 131 rushing yards on average a game at 3.7 yards a carry, and they're holding teams to 184 passing yards a game at 5.9 yards per carry. And like we said, Alabama's +17 on turnovers to the +5 of Auburn. Turnover edge might have a big factor in this game, especially with the total, just depending on if somebody's to fumble the ball or turn the ball over. If Mac Jones turns the ball over and throws an interception, is it on the Alabama side? Does it put Auburn in scoring position? Or is it the exact opposite? Auburn going to fumble the ball, Bo Nix going to throw a pick, and Alabama recover it down deep in the Auburn zone, fumble a punt return. Whatever the case may be, there's definitely going to be a turnover or 2, possibly 3, maybe even more. You might be surprised today what you guys see, and it all depends what side of the field it's going to happen on to who is going to determine. I personally think if the total goes over and under. Steve asked Kyle, you like any overs today? I do. There's quite a few overs that I like today and unders. But as far as this game goes, the over and the under, with the total being where it's at on this game, with the total being where it's at, being set at 50 right now, it's very hard to trust Mac Jones to be able to get the job done against an Auburn defense. I mean, he got a little playing time against Mississippi State. Obviously, not the caliber of defense of Auburn. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, if Tua was in, I'd say the two high-profile offenses, two strong defenses, one's going to break like LSU. Let's take the over. But without knowing Mac Jones, we already broke down Minnesota and Wisconsin, Skip. You just got to rewind. Without knowing what Mac Jones is really going to do, it's very hard to want to take the over. I still lean towards the over. I do. I'll be honest with you guys. I lean towards the over. No doubt about it. But for me, it's a stay away for me on the total. I lean the over. However, it's just too hard to bet. Just too hard to bet. So, but I do lean the over in this one. I like the over 50, but not enough to bet it. Absolutely, field position is going to be key. All right, I got to blow my nose again, guys. So, all right, we're back. So, we're going to do another game for you guys. We're going to do another game for you. Andre, I know you wanted the Notre Dame game. Got a game number for me? Never mind, I got it. Game 417 and 418. We're going to do Notre Dame and Stanford next. We're still going to do the late night chaser special on the Hawaii game for Mr. Brackens. If you guys haven't already done so, and I know a lot of you have not done so yet, all right? If you have not done so, do us a favor. There's over 130 people in here and only 61 thumbs ups or 2 thumbs downs. If you guys appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the free winning plays 7 days a week, 365 days a year, do us a big favor. Give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work because we certainly do, knowing it when you guys do. So hit that thumbs up button, and when you're done with that, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. All right, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Drew to the crew is at a barbershop light pole. Well, it's not a stripper pole. Jonathan says, thumbs up, Mudasuckus. Yep, absolutely. Penny, 100 likes and get a free premium play. You guys got a free premium play yesterday, and it was a nice winner. You guys got a nice winner yesterday for free out of the live show. Bowling Green and Buffalo over 52. Arturo P, what's going on? Thomas, thank you, sir. Glad to have you joining us. Skip, if you sent an email this morning, no, I haven't seen it yet. If you sent an email this morning, I have not seen it yet, but I will when I'm off the live show. Penny, that's why we need one more. Don't worry, you know I'll take care of you guys. We'll have some fun today. Nah, I don't worry. I don't worry. I don't worry. I don't worry about the games. If a game doesn't go over, it doesn't go over. If we lose a game, have a losing day, losing week, it happens. We can't win them all. It's about long-term success. All right, let's get to this Notre Dame game because we're not going to be live for too much longer, and we still got a couple more to do. All right, guys, game 417, 418, Notre Dame and Stanford. Notre Dame and Stanford. I don't know where my game stuff went. There we go. Here we go. Notre Dame opened up as a 14.5-point favorite. It is up to 16.5. I do see 17 in a couple books. If you're planning on betting Notre Dame, I would do it sooner than later because that line will be at least 17, if not higher soon. Total opened up at 53. It's down to 45.5. Westgate's got it at 46. Taking a look at both teams. Notre Dame 9-2 straight up, 7-4 against the spread. The exact opposite for the total, 4-7 on the over. Stanford just 4-7 this year, 3-7-1 against the spread, 7-4 on the over. They are not going bowl hopping. All right, Stanford is not going bowl hopping. This is essentially their bowl game. Big game against Notre Dame. Notre Dame trying to end the season as a 2-loss team. All right, Stanford 24-8 against the spread. Their last 32 games at home against resilient defenses, allowing more than 17.25 yards per point. Notre Dame just 2-8 against the spread when playing on 1,000 miles or more of travel. Notre Dame has not been covering the spread when they've got to travel big. Stanford 14-1 on the under on losing streaks of 3 or more games. All right, the last 2 games for Stanford, believe it or not, even with that stat, have gone over the total. Against Cal, they had a total of 43. They put up 44 total. It's 24-20. And then against Washington State, they had a 65 total set on that game. They put up 49-22 in their loss to Washington State. Now, Notre Dame, on the other hand, after losing to Michigan 45-14, matter of fact, I was in New Orleans. We were eating some redfish, amazing redfish, and watching that game on the TV in the restaurant on Bourbon Street. Since that disaster for Notre Dame, they beat up Virginia Tech, beat them by 1 in a close game, 21-20. They should have lost that game. They came back, they beat up Duke 38-7. They beat Navy 52-20 in a gimme game. They beat up Boston College 40-7. Well, here they are. They get Stanford. They're laying 17 points. All right? They played them last year. They beat them by 21. They beat them 38-17 last year. Now, when you're diving into these two teams, big difference. Big difference between these two teams. Sorry, I was reading through the comments. Notre Dame, 36.4 points a game on offense. And oh no, screen's not frozen. They're averaging 36.4 points a game on offense, 175 on the ground, 253 in the air, at 7.8 yards per passing attempt, as well as 4.8 yards per carry. Jose, we don't have a Black Saturday $50 sale for 3 days of personal plays. There's no $50 3 days of personal play sale. You could buy a month of my personal plays for $500. You could buy 3 days for $99. A lot of great deals out there. Notre Dame will be going up against a Stanford defense, guys. A Stanford defense that gives up, where does it go? It gives up 28.5 points per game, 147 on the ground, and 282 in the air. So Notre Dame's going to have their way with the Stanford secondary. No doubt about that one. Stanford gives up 8.1 yards per passing attempt. They give up 15.1 yards per point, and they're also +1 on the turnovers. compared to Notre Dame's plus 13. Huge turnover differential advantage towards Notre Dame. There should more than likely definitely be a turnover or two extra in the favor of Notre Dame in this game today. Now, Stanford, they averaged 21.5 points a game, 105 yards rushing, only 105 yards rushing at 3.6 yards per carry, as well as 260 in the air. They'll be going up against a pretty stout Notre Dame defense that's been holding teams in check. They average giving up just 18.2 points a game. They average giving up just 165 on the ground at 3.9 yards per carry, as well as 153 in the air, holding teams to just 5.7 yards per passing attempt. And like I said, Notre Dame plus 13 on the turnovers. Plus 13 on the turnovers. This is Stanford's bowl game. All right, this is Stanford's bowl game. However, I do lean. I don't have a dollar on this game, but I definitely lean towards Notre Dame laying the 16.5. I do like Notre Dame laying the 16.5. I don't like it enough to actually bet the game, but I do like it. It was a game that I looked at hard. As far as the total on this game goes, and what I think on that game with a total at 53, I didn't like it. At 53, I did not like it. However, with the total being down to 45.5, I would definitely lean towards the over of 45.5 as well in this game. So I actually capped the game. I thought this is where the total should have been a little higher, but I didn't like it at 53. Skip, premium plays are already posted. If you have an access issue, feel free to email the company. I'm not in the office. I'm sure they'll get back to you. Now, is Clemson going over 50? If they could score on an SEC team, they might. All right, let's get situated here. We're going to do another game day breakdown for you guys. That one was out of request for Andre. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to log into one more system here. I know they're activating some people's premium play accounts as I chit-chat with you guys. So I just saw a little message on my phone from the people in the office. So if you're owed premium plays being extended, then just check back in probably about 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and you'll probably have them. Penny, you have a game number for me? If you have a game number, I'll do that one. I'm looking for it by myself, but if you have a game number, it'll be faster. All right, I'm looking for the SMU game on my system here. Georgia Southern, Louisiana Lafayette, our Raging Cajuns. Well, you better find it for me. Find me that game number. But if I don't find it, or if I pass over it, I'll just pick a random game. But I'm looking for it. If I have time, JD, I'll take a look at that game. I know I won't be giving out a lean on that game because we've got plays on that game. But if I have time, I'll definitely read what I have. That's for sure. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. I was going in the wrong direction. I passed right over it. That's what happens. If I pass right over it, then... oh, you want me to do the Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Lafayette game? Do the Raging Cajuns cover the big spread today against Louisiana Monroe? We made a lot of money on the Raging Cajuns. 410. Okay. I was still going the wrong direction. Oh, now you just said Texas San Antonio, Louisiana Tech. That's not SMU. King Jr., it's game 53, huh? It's game 413, 414, everybody. King Jr., it's definitely not game 53, but thanks for trying. Thanks for playing. You win absolutely nothing today as the prize package goes. All right, guys, 413, 414. Next time you want to request something, get me a game number so we don't spend 5 minutes looking. Tulane, SMU. All right, guys, Tulane and SMU. Tulane 6-5 and going bowl shopping, going up against SMU, who's 9-2 straight up, 6-4-1 against the spread, who's also going bowl hopping as well. SMU opened up as a 3.5 point favorite. It's still hovering around 3.5, just depending on what book you're at. I do see 3 in about a half a dozen spots here in Vegas. Total opened up at 72. The total is down to 70.5. Total's down 1.5 points. Let's take. We're gonna bust through this one quick. All right, guys. SMU coming off a loss last week to Navy. They lost 35-28, lost by a touchdown. Before that, they had a 8-point victory over ECU. They beat them 59-51 in a game that actually had 110 points scored. All right. Tulane coming off a loss, actually 2 losses. They lost to UCF 34-31, and they lost to Temple 29-21 when they ran into that Temple team. They've actually lost 4 out of their last 5 games. They did have a victory over Tulsa mixed in there that they beat by 12, 38-26. Let's see here. Before that, they had a victory over Navy, they lost to Navy by 3. They lost 41-38. They gave Navy a run for their money, but they ended up short, and they got smashed by Memphis. Before that, they had a nice 4-game win streak, which is where they ended up becoming bowl eligibles because of those 4 games. That put them in position. They're gonna have a tough task against a very stout SMU team. However, Tulane 18-7 on the under when the line is over 60 or more. All right, when they put a big spread or a big total number out there, Tulane is 18-7 on the under. Road teams are 9-7 straight up. However, they're 13-3 against the spread in the head-to-head series dating back since many of you were a child in 1992. All right, Tulane 34.5 points on average scored every single game. This is a very run-heavy program. They're going to run the ball nearly double the amount of times that they pass it. They average 252 yards on the ground at 5.4 yards per carry. They average 202 yards in the air. They'll be going up against an SMU defense that's been giving up a lot of points. SMU gives up 32.9 points a game, just under 33 points a game. But they've been holding teams to 147 yards rushing the ball. 147 yards rushing the ball at 3.8 yards per carry, as well as 289 in the air. They've gotten torched in the air. They've defended the run excellent. Tulane is a run-heavy program, so I look to see how SMU is going to be able to stop the run. They were able to hold Navy to 35 in their big running program. They were able to hold Memphis. Actually, they couldn't hold Memphis. They allowed Memphis to run all over them and put up 54 in their run program. Tulane should be able to get past the SMU run. But SMU +4 on the turnovers, -3 for Tulane. All right, when you're taking a look at SMU, they average 43.5 points a game, high-scoring offense. They average 185 on the ground. This is actually a very run-heavy program. They run the ball, believe it or not, just a few plays more than they pass the ball. But this is a team that actually averages. I mean, they move quick. They try and control time of possession on offense. They average over 80 offensive snaps a game. All right, low 70s, high 60s seems to be the average. They're in the low 80s. All right, they're in the low 80s. Hold on. Now, they average, like I said, 185 on the ground, 321 in the air. They average 42 rushing plays and 39 passing plays. Their passing plays, they average 321 yards a game in the air, 8.3 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a Tulane defense that gives up 26.5 points a game, 162 on the ground, and 217 in the air. That's -3 on turnovers. All right, -3 on turnovers. As far as this game goes, with the high total of 70.5, the total for me is a stay away. I think the total is priced right. I think you're going to see a lot of scoring. I don't think you're going to have a game that goes into the 80s or the 90s. I think it ends up somewhere in the mid-50s, or excuse me, the mid-60s to low 70s. So for me on this one, the total is a stay away. As far as a lean, if I was going to take anything on these two teams, I would take SMU. They are coming off a loss over Navy. However, I don't have $1 on this game. So, but if I was going to do anything, I'd take SMU. And for them laying, 3 right now, at some spots 3.5 in another, I would definitely go take a look at the money line. But there's not going to be a bet for me on either one of these two teams' side or the total. So this whole game basically is a stay away. But if I had to do anything, it would be the SMU money line. So, but again, I'm not doing anything on it. Aaron, yeah, no low hanging fruit on this one for me. So we're gonna do the Hawaii game, and we're gonna start wrapping it up. Get you guys on a free play. Send you on your merry ways. Game 433, 434. Got to go to the bottom. Sometimes you got to go to the bottom to look for that low-hanging fruit, right? What do we want to call this breakdown? We need to do this on every segment where we break down the latest game on the board. We call it something. Hold on one second. All right, so we're going to call it hold on. Hold on one second, guys. All right. Dave just sent you a reply. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this the late night chaser breakdown for everybody out there. Army versus Hawaii. There you go. Army versus Hawaii. The late night chaser breakdown. The night capper. Larry, what's the best play on Oklahoma State? I don't have a play on that one. Thomas, sometimes the lowest hanging fruit is the tallest. I know sometimes you need that big, big ladder. Alrighty, we're going to break down this game. Army 5-6 straight up, 5-6 against the spread, going up against an 8-4 Hawaii team, 6-6 against the spread. If you guys remember, we talked about Hawaii in the beginning of the year and what they were able to do against Arizona, Oregon State. We bet against them when they played Washington. We made some money there. Then we jumped right back on them against Central Arkansas as well as Nevada. And we were talking about how this is definitely a Hawaii program that has turned the page on their program and actually became a quality program, and that they would be bowl eligible when the year was all said and done. And here they are looking for their 9th win. Now Army, they need a big win if they want to become bowl eligible. They're 5-6 on the year, straight up, looking for their 6th win. Here is their obviously they still get the Army-Navy game, but they're going to lose to Navy anyway, so that's a fact. I might be a little biased there. So here they are against Hawaii, and line opened up Hawaii laying 2.5. It's still at 2.5 at the Westgate. I do see 3 at even money, 3 minus $1.05 at some books, but for the most part, you're still finding 2.5 at this point. Total opened up at 54.5. It's still sitting around 54.5. Now, I'm sure there'll be line movement when it starts getting dark and it starts getting that, there's not many games left on the board, all right? When there's not many games left on the board, I'm sure people will start, betting this game, putting some money on this game in the evening time, and I'm almost positive there'll definitely be some line movement one way or another when it's all said and done. Now, I froze the screen, so hang tight. All right, we're back. Mr. Watson says Army for him. Now, when you're diving into these two teams, we all know Army is going to run the ball, 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 run the ball. They might make 5 completions in a game, all right? But let's take a look at both of these two teams. Hawaii coming off 3 straight wins. They've covered 2 out of their last 3 games. 2 out of their last 3 went under. The only game that did not go over, that did not go under was the game they did not cover against San Jose State. They did have victories over San Jose State. They beat them 42-40. They also beat UNLV 21-7. And then they beat up San Diego State 14-11. All right, which is a game that Army lost to San Diego State when they lost 34-29. Any more similarities? San Jose State, they lost. Army lost to San Jose State 34-29. Hawaii beat them 42-40. I read something about it. I heard it was coming, though. I heard it was coming. Now, against Air Force, Hawaii ended up losing to Air Force. They lost 56-26. They got trashed, all right? They got trashed. Army was able to hang tough with Air Force. They lost only 17-13 in that game, believe it or not. Now, when you're diving into these two teams, Hawaii 5-20 against the spread. 5-20 against the spread. The last 25 games against decent teams, outscoring opponents by more than 7 points per game. The home teams are 3-0 straight up. And against the spread in the last 3 meetings. They are playing in the Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, Hawaii, guys. Pat says, thanks for the info, Kyle. Army's wins this year have been against awful teams. This line seems too low to me. And we're going to take a look at that. I mean, you take a look at the 5 wins that they have. They beat up Rice. They beat up Texas San Antonio, University Tech, UTSA. They beat up Morgan State, as well as Massachusetts and Virginia Military Institution. And you're right, Pat. You're very right. And you get to a good point. But you're beating me to it about the line being low. I think the line should be much higher. Taking a look at both of these two teams, Hawaii. Actually, let's start with Army, all right? They averaged 30.2 points per game scored. They're going to run the ball. 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 All right? Now, Hawaii is not a team that's not coming prepared to defend the run. All right? They've played running games. All right? They played against San Diego State. They played against New Mexico. They played against Air Force. They played against Washington. They played against Arizona in the first game of the year. They actually beat them, when Arizona was still trying to establish a run game rather than actually moving the ball in the air. Now, Army, they're going to run the ball nearly 60 times a game. They're going to pass the ball maybe a dozen, more than likely less than that. They'll probably complete a handful, if that, of passes. All right, they average 303 yards on the ground and just 83 yards in the air. They're going to run, they're going to run, they're going to run, they're going to run. All right, Hawaii knows what Army's going to do. They're going to run. They're going to run, and they're going to run. It's going to be third down, and they're going to run. It's going to be fourth down on the other side of the field, and Army's going to run. They know exactly what they're doing. Big John, the last call, that's actually a good one right down there. We can call it the last call late night chaser breakdown. The last call late night chaser breakdown. All right, now, Army will be going up against a Hawaii defense that's been giving up 31.8 points per game. Hawaii's been giving up a lot of points. However, they've been scoring a lot as well. Been scoring more than that, which has been getting them the wins, all right? They've been holding teams to 188 yards rushing a game and 234 in the air. They're not going to have to worry about that 234 in the air, but what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to control Army's run. The thing that I don't like about Hawaii is they're negative 15 on turnovers. They have been turning the ball over, turning the ball over, turning the ball over. The fact that they have 8 wins on the season. Now, 4 of those came in their first 5 games. But they're negative 15 on turnovers. Army plus 3. You're not going to have to worry about Army turning over the ball. They're not going to probably throw an interception because they're not going to throw the ball enough to even throw an interception. And if he does throw an interception early, watch, he probably won't throw another pass the entire game. They're going to run the ball. They're going to hold on to the ball. They're probably not going to fumble it. Turnovers will probably happen for Hawaii, so Hawaii's going to have to control the turnovers and try and do their best to prevent them. But when Hawaii's on offense, guys, they average 34 points a game, 150 yards on the ground, as well as 330 in the air. Now, Army's defense, they give up on average 19.6 points per game. They're holding teams to 145 yards rushing and 179 in the air. However, they really haven't been going up against anybody. I mean, you're talking about going up against VMI, Massachusetts, Air Force, San Jose State, Georgia State, Western Kentucky, Tulane, which are all teams they lost to, all right? Morgan State, UTSA. They gave Michigan a run for their money early in the season, but they ended up losing, and they beat Rice, all right? So Army hasn't played nobody of any quality today, so I'm not too concerned with that aspect of it. The only thing that bothers me is the Hawaii turnovers. The Hawaii turnovers is something that, you know, I definitely would watch out for. It's an issue for Hawaii. Sorry, finishing typing an email real quick. It's an issue for Hawaii that they need to be careful of. If they commit too many turnovers and they allow Army to control the clock, which that's what Army does best, guys. Army is going to try and control the tempo and control the clock and control the time of possession. And if they're able to do that and they can keep that high-flying offense of Hawaii off the field, then Hawaii is going to be limited on chances. All right, Hawaii will be limited on offensive chances because Army's going to try and control that clock. Now, in order to prevent that, Hawaii is going to have to get big stops on third down. No doubt about it. When Army's on the other side of the field, on the other side of the 50 and it's third down, they're going to run the ball. All right, they're going to run the ball. Now, when it's the other side of the field and it's fourth down, chances are Army's still going to run the ball. If they ain't punting, they ain't kicking a field goal, they're running the ball. All right, they're going to run on fourth down because they know they average 5 yards a carry. So they're going to also need to be able to have some big fourth down stops in this game. All right, that's a fact. They're going to have to come up with some big third down stops as well as some fourth down stops in order to get Army off the field on offense. And then they can do what they do best on offense, and that's pass the ball down the field. Aggies playing LSU today. Jonathan, no. Some are able to get a waiver and get out. The ones that are going to actually have a big career. But for the most part, yes. But there have been players that Navy or the military has granted permission to go play. All right, guys, what we're going to do now. Hi, Kyle, Don Doe. Did I miss anything? Yes, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. All right, guys, don't forget Black Friday sales going on. Guaranteed Saturday. It's on sale, $50, guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. That game, you need to be signed up by 3:30 Eastern time. Hold on 1 second, guys. Wife was asking me, showing me a picture of something she wanted to order. So make sure you guys get signed up by 3:30 Eastern time to get on board Guaranteed Saturday, guys. It's going to be... I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised. It's going to be much like what we put out yesterday in our Game of the Year. If you were not on our Game of the Year, then you royally missed out. That's a fact. But if you did, that's okay. You got today. All right, you got today to get on board, and it's going to be a good time. Absolutely, as Jonathan just said, Hawaii's our Army's game plan is limit Hawaii's possession time. Tom, I wish I could, brother, but I got to run. Alex, how do you have? How much do I have? I bet $20K on it before I left, but I had to split it up because nobody in town would take more than $5K on a game on Thursday when we posted it. So, and I won't be back in town until tomorrow. Maybe late tonight, maybe. But it's not looking like it. Unless they plow the little campground and I can get the motorhome out. I mean, I could always tug it out on a strap behind the Jeep, but I'm not about to do that. I'm in no hurry to go home and have to go into the office and deal with all of that. I'm kind of enjoying our time up here, but we're going to go to Arizona here in a couple hours. Wife and little one. Alex, yes. Yes, sir. So, Guaranteed Saturday, I think, could have been a game of the year. Could have been the same type of quality play. No, JD, I haven't given it out yet, but I'm about to. I'm about to give out a free play. About to give out a free play. Fast Freddy, I did not give out a free play in the chat just yet, but I'm about to. I'm actually checking the line on the game right now just to double check nothing's changed since we went live. No, we're still good to go. Remember, guys, if you're not picking up one of our Black Friday sales, you could always pick up 3 days of premium plays, $99. 3 days of my personal plays, $99. But I'm telling you, there's some smoking deals on Black Friday deals. I mean, smoking deals. You can pick up 1 month of our premium plays for $7.49. You can pick up 3 months for $14.99. You can pick up a month of my personal plays on sale for $500. 3 months for $1,000. Guaranteed Saturday is on sale for $50, which is absolutely smoking deal. Win or you get the next one free. No, Tony, I actually said that the other day. Somebody asked me in the live chat if I like Georgia laying 28.5. I did like them laying 28.5 until their best wide receiver is out with an ankle injury for the next couple weeks. Big blow to Georgia. Big blow to them. All right, guys. Free play time. Free premium play. Free premium play. Here it comes. Wisconsin, Minnesota over 44.5. I mean, not to say, Tony, that they don't cover the spread. They might, but I think that's a big blow to him, or a big blow to their team. Absolutely, Pat. What Pat just said, that Trump ordered the Pentagon to change the rule in June. Athletes can now delay their mandatory active service and go pro as long as they've graduated. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great news. I knew there was always a waiver that they could submit, but they had to get approval first. Had to go all the way up the chain of command. So enjoy that free play, guys. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Right down below, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Help us build the channel. Help us grow the channel. You guys see it, the more we grow, the more we give to you guys absolutely free. All right? The more we grow, the more we give to you guys absolutely free. So hit that subscribe button, tell a friend, and let's make a boatload of money. All right, guys? Let's make a boatload of money today. So let's have a great day. Enjoy that free play. You want another free play? Go watch our daily free play video. Thanks, Kyle. And don't freeze those nuts off out there. No, I'm staying warm. Fasty, if you get 45, then I'm sure 45 is fine. We're still showing 40 or 44.5, and that's what we put it out at as a premium play when it was posted on the website. But if you get 45, I'm sure it's fine. We're usually not playing something where we're worried about a half a point. Definitely a sweep kind of day, Tom. Well overdue. Fast Freddy, we do have a big nibble. It's coming. All right, we're going to catch us a whale today. All right, guys. Tracy Ball, thanks for joining us. Everybody else, I saw that you just popped in. If you guys are new to the channel, we'll be live again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, doing the exact same thing, except we'll be breaking down all the NFL action as well. And remember, if you're on premium plays, check your account in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I know they were reactivating accounts a little bit ago, and all of that good stuff. So if you're owed premium plays or whatever, check your account here in a little bit. If not, send an email to the company. All right, guys, good luck. Always bet within your means. Don't do anything stupid. And we'll see you guys all live tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Thanks, and we'll see you guys tomorrow live.